You know what gets my blood boiling, guys? You know what it is? I've been thinking a lot recently about what truly makes me a little angry, a little bit mad. Well, I'll give you guys one that's very topical to me, at least, is this idea of willful ignorance. At least that's what I call it. I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way to put it, but basically, I've noticed as a cart pusher at my local supermarket is that apparently people are stupid, quite frankly. Now, granted, I know the majority of populace that it's just the law of populations or whatever, but like, or rather the law of League of Legends, where statistically to me every teammate's fucking stupid and they have no competence whatsoever. And I apply that to real life, which I don't know, man. They kind of go hand in hand. Is just there's a idea to me where you are aware of your actions and yet you still choose to just willfully ignore to doing the right thing, or at least the half decent human being thing. And to me, I apply that to carts, where holy fuck, some of these people, man, they don't know how to. They don't want to take the time, just a microsecond, just a little bit, a little extra effort to just maybe put the cart in the right hole, in the right carousel. You know what I mean? Because quite frankly, these people, man, I don't know, they're stupid. Now, why am I crashing out over this? Well, it's like I said, it's the willful ignorance. I believe that are a lot of situations where people will take advantage of the fact they just want to ignore certain rules or laws and just assume that we will, when we get there, we'll get there. Or rather, when someone calls you out on it, then maybe I'll change a little bit. So, it's a little bit of a spoil, but I know someone who asks for a water cup and then gets the soda with it, Now, granted, I think it's isn't soda like 3 cents or something for the restaurant, fast food restaurant? Yeah, something like that. But it is that idea of like, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that maybe there's some rules here, and I'm just gonna, just do the small minor thing that is potentially legal, but hey, it's not an issue. And I think that something about that gets my blood boiling. This idea that you have the intelligence, the awareness of what you're doing, or basically the ability to, do the positive thing, or rather the somewhat correct thing, and just ignoring that, just saying, it's someone else's problem. It's just a small thing. What's the harm? What's the harm? And I think that's the key thing, is just no one's gonna get hurt from this. Not at all. Eventually maybe, but then what's the likelihood? No, it's not gonna happen. And I think this applies to generally I don't know. This is very, very bold to me to say, but it feels like society has been like that, at least here where I live, in America, Cali, if you will, California. I believe because I think it kind of leads into a little bit of this, of like maybe a social contract, or I don't know, some sense of harmony that's missing from it, where in terms of like willful ignorance, sure. To me, it's good, to the person that's committing the act of like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do something that's, might just, it's just a little small thing for, a little good positive for me, but it might hurt somebody. It might, negatively impact something else, but I don't see the consequences. I don't feel the consequences, so it's fine. I think that right there is the key thing, is just the idea that you're not going to feel the repercussions of your action. And so it's fine. It's okay. And that's what gets me angry. It's like, okay, so now what? We're just gonna keep doing these small ways to rat, these small things. Oh, let me put my carts. Ah, it's too far. Let me just put it like right here on the side of the road. This seems kind of. This seems like the correct way to put it. I'm just gonna put it in the wrong spot though. What they don't understand is that it doesn't cost them time, but it does. It does. You know why? Because it compounds. Because it's not just them doing it; it's everyone else. So it compounds and compounds until someone has to move the cart somewhere, and that's me. That's fucking me, bro. I gotta go and push the carts in, and now I have to. And now because they put it in the more some really weird ass spots. Some of them, oh my goodness, they will double stack it. They will even put it like the wrong way inside the carousel so I could pull it out. Oh my goodness, there are some devious ways to mess with the carts. It's just all of that adds up to the point where it's taking me so much more time to actually, sort them out that now what? Now you're finding yourself at the supermarket on Sunday and there's no more carts because oh my goodness, we now it's taking me another 30 minutes to try to get the carts back in. But yeah, that's basically my direct analogy is just with carts, it just costs, a little bit of time for them to maybe push it in correctly and it will save time in the long run. But they don't do that. Now, there could be a whole number of reasons. All I'm saying is ignoring all of the exemptions. I believe that if you're willfully ignorant, you might need to stub your toe or something. I don't know, step on a Lego every now and then. I feel like maybe if karma exists, maybe just maybe hurt them a little bit. I don't know. I don't actually wish for anyone to, actually get inconvenienced rather, or actual harm. But, sometimes I feel like some people need a lesson. That's what it feels like. So yeah, I would say maybe just maybe, I mean, the opposite side of being willfully ignorant, it's me being way too self-aware, trying to be focused on not inconveniencing a single person whatsoever. Granted, I'm not that crazy. I'm not like OCD type, type mindset. But I will try to do my best to not, cause anyone issues. And I think generally people are like that, but not completely. Like I feel like there's definitely a lot of pitfalls, or rather, I feel like there's definitely some aspects in people's lives where they're like, it's not my problem. And I think that's just how it goes. And unfortunately, that's why it's turned into a shithole. Okay, quite frankly. I mean, there's so many other things that you could apply to, like litter. I think there's a saying of that ignorance is bliss. I half agree. I think ignorance is bliss, but you're a piece of shit sometimes. That's what I'm starting to be real radicalized after getting this cart pusher job. Let me tell you what, guys. I really didn't like the average populace, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. It just kind of ends up being that way. And I exercise the benefit of doubt, and I believe in the infinite potential of humanity, that we're all have some, potential to actually do good. And, I think ignorance comes at a cost to other people. And maybe that cost will someday screw everything over that you like. That's basically it. I don't know. Point of the story, guys, maybe put your damn carts correctly in the damn carousel. That's all. Or better yet, maybe just don't get a cart at all if you can't even put it back properly. Okay, that's it. Outside of external factors, like I said, maybe just maybe Be a decent human being and try not to be too much of a problem, or rather, just be a little bit mindful of what you're doing. That's all. Just that's it. I think honestly that's the main thing. And obviously, I have my own set of issues of trying to be mindful. Like holy moly, I'm sure I've costed some of my friends' time because I sometimes will ignore my DMs and kind of go full hermit mode because I'm just not having it today, type thing. So I also have my own issues to work with, but at least I'm not completely ignoring it. Like it's just like I don't know. That's actually kind of inexcusable. I'm working on it, everyone, but. I feel like that's my point. That's my point. Maybe don't be too ignorant of everything, and maybe just be a little bit mindful, be a little self-aware. You don't need to be that crazy, okay? Point of the thing is maybe just return your card, man. That's all. That's really it. I'd appreciate it. The positive note, or like the positive side, is that some people aren't as ignorant. They're surprising guys that surprisingly there are actually half decent human beings still among us, maybe including you. I'm sure of it. You guys take the time to put in the cart back, and then I see you and I'm like, appreciate it, man. Put a smile on my face. Gives me that little bit of oomph to keep going and keep pushing through the Sisyphean task of cart pushing. So that's on the positive note. That's the thing, at least if you're doing a positive thing, even if I don't recognize it, if the people don't recognize it, you're making the whole world of a difference. So that's really it. This ninja signing off. Put your carts back. Holy moly.